Hey guys, mini set's coming out, which means I can finally stop playing Battlegrounds and go back to Standard. Woo! We're gonna go over all the cards and then a bunch of the patch note changes stuff as well. And by we, I mean myself and Villain HS. Villain, say hi.
What's going on, everybody?
I guess a bit of background, hold up. So in between every expansion, there's gonna be a bit of a mini set for those who don't know. It's not gonna be a full expansion worth of cards. I think it's 35 cards they said it's gonna be for each mini set. Yeah, and it's purchasable with gold in game too, not just money. So that's actually pretty cool. And it's only 2,000 gold for the bundle, which gets you all the cards, which is much more efficient than buying the packs and trying to open them throughout the normal Darkmoon Fair pack. So really good deal there. Happy about that.
I think it's one of their best strategies for marketing in a long time, for sure.
Absolutely. Felfire Deadeye. This is a Demon Hunter dual class card. It's a 2-mana 2/3 that reads your hero power costs 1 less. So 2-mana 2/3 seems pretty good. There's not that many aggressive 2-drops, and this makes it kind of nice.
Yeah.
That there's an extra one.
You out of damage with this Demon Hunter. It's like an aggro Demon Hunter deck.
Absolutely. 0 mana Demon Hunter hero power.
That's kind of cool and all, but like, don't you think this card maybe just doesn't make the cut in like 30 cards in Demon Hunter?
Maybe an aggro. I don't know if it fits in normal Demon Hunter. I don't know what you would put this in over, you know, in a Soul Demon Hunter list, but in aggro you could probably throw this in.
Yeah, that's I guess where I'm seeing it. Yeah, I'm thinking more like Soul and combo DH.
No, absolutely not. Does not fit in those.
And then that's where it would just never fit. Yeah. Right.
Hunter it could probably fit in. This in Highlander's probably fine. Would we? Oh, and these stack too. If you play both of them, bam, 0 mana hero power for Hunter as well.
Oh, okay. I did miss that part of it.
Not that that's that relevant. I don't know how often that's going to happen, but it'll happen enough.
Resizing Pouch, 1 mana for Hunter and Druid. Discover a card with cost equal to your remaining mana crystals. This is like super flexible, right? You can just, at any mana cost, you just, you know, fill it in if you don't have to play. It can be weapons, minions, or spells.
Yeah. Flexible is good.
This is like a perfect Highlander card, right? Like Druid, Highlander Druid would want this. Highlander Hunter, if it still existed, would want
absolutely. I saw some people posting on Twitter. Forgive me, I don't remember who actually who I saw tweet it out. But if you play this with 0 mana remaining, there's not that many 0 mana cards available in the pool. There's, I believe, Innervate, Bloom, Wisp, and what's the fourth one?
There's 6.
There's 6?
There's 2 0 manas in Biggin, Innervate, Bloom, Moonfire.
Sure. So you have a pretty good chance of getting either Moonfire, Innervate, or Bloom, which makes Mally Druid maybe more of a thing? Question mark?
Oh, okay.
Guidance. This is, what is this, Shaman and what?
Druid, yeah.
Druid, okay. Shaman and Druid, 1 mana spell. Look at 2 spells, add 1 to your hand, or overload 1 to get both. So kind of like a crappy Discover, but you can get both of them now if you overload.
Yeah, so when it's, first of all, it says, look, I assume that still means Discover, right? So if you're a Druid, you're still only seeing Druid spells off of this, right? Look, could be like technically different than Discover, but I imagine it's just Discover rules. It's like the get 1 spell off of Nature Study part, but then if the other spell you like, you can just pay to keep it, I guess. But the whole point of like Nature Study is like discount your next spell, right? Like you don't play Nature Study for like the Discover a spell part, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Sure
I mean, to some extent you do, not mainly because of that. Like the flexibility is very important right now, right? Because game plans are changing a lot more than they used to. So I think flexibility is important. But this is more of a value card, right?
Yeah.
Instead of a tempo.
More going in like Reno Druid, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't like this as much as Resizing Pouch for sure.
I'm not sure, Blastos. So Blastos is asking if this looks at 2 random spells that you're offered, or from your deck, like tracking. I don't think it's like tracking, but I don't know for certain. My instinct is that would be you look at 2 random cards offered to you. But that is kind of weird, though.
From your deck if it meant.
It is weirdly worded, because normally when you have something like this, it's just Discover, you know? But maybe they wanted to limit it a bit more, because overloading 1 to get 3 would be too good.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. We'll see. I think it's just look at 2 random spells, not from your deck. Well, they could be in your deck, but I mean, not from your deck. It's cool. Might see some play, but I don't think it's super likely to be crazy good.
Anyway, let's go to the dormant guy. 2 mana, 2/3 elemental, dormant for 2 turns, spell damage +2, Imprisoned Phoenix. So the auto thickness is like not very good, but I thought a bit about like Cyclone Mage with the what's it called? Elemental Allies play elementals 2 turns in a row.
Yep.
So you'll be able to like put this in play, tick your side quest a little bit. It activates Cram Session for 3 cards. Maybe a little like too slow for a type of deck like that, but I don't know. It just seems like it has some synergies going on for it there. I didn't think much about it for Shaman, but
maybe again, Burn Shaman's not really that big of a thing, and even with these cards added to it, I don't know if it's gonna be pushed that much. There's definitely more you can do with this, but 2-turn setups for a bunch of burst damage. We're talking about you having a lot of cards in hand that you need for that sort of burst combo that you're trying to do, which also means you're not developing stuff on board. So unless you're killing them in 1 turn with this, maybe there's no OTK deck. You play 2, like you draw your whole deck, you play 2, but then you have to draw your whole deck with Shaman, which isn't really happening.
Yeah, I'm really seeing this more for like its elemental synergy for Mage, but
yeah,
like, that's the only synergy you're putting it in for. Other than like, I guess when it wakes up, you can Cram Session for 3.
Keywarden Ivory. Am I up? 1, 3.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah. 5 mana, 4/5. This is a Mage and a Rogue card. Battle Cry. Discover a dual class spell from any class. Spell Burst. Get another copy.
Damn.
I think you probably had this in Highlander Mage, honestly.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't see this in Cyclone Mage. I think it's a little too inconsistent. It's too slow is the other... I mean, inconsistency aside, it's a little too slow as a value card.
Like in an arena deck, you're happy to just pick up 1, maybe 2. Maybe not necessarily the most useful spells, but you know they're at least gonna help your game plan along. You know, in the slow game like that. But like Cyclone doesn't want it. And I'm pretty sure actually even the Rogue list don't want it. Like I don't think either Secret or like World Kick Rogue will play this either.
If there were bursty, like dual class cards, maybe.
Nitroboost Poison, 1 mana for Rogue and Warrior. Give a minion +2 attack, corrupt, and your weapon. So this is like mini Sharp Sword Oil, but kinda.
Yep, and you don't need to combo, like you do need to corrupt it, but that means you can start off your turn with Nitro Boost and activate your other combo cards, which is another big thing too. So in the current state of Rogue, you don't dagger as much as you used to. You still dagger I mean, it's not like you never dagger, it's just you don't actively want to dagger that often. If you can do some other stuff too, you might do that instead. Like on 2, you might go Fraud, Coin, Miscreant, or Fraud, Swindle, and you know, other stuff.
Or just like a Secret nowadays too, yeah. Maybe.
So daggering on, I mean, the thing is daggering on 2 isn't even that important because you need to corrupt this first. So maybe you do just go something Foxy Fraud and then dagger Nitro Boost.
Right.
I think this is definitely playable. I'm not sure if it's busted yet. I think this is just
a high 3.
It's just a good card. Barricade. Summon. So this is Warrior Paladin. Summon a 2/4 guard with taunt. If it's your only minion, summon another. 4 mana 2/4, pretty poop. 4 mana 2/2/4s, not bad.
And again, not a terrible card. Just doesn't fit like hardly any of the real strategies right now. All right, moving rapidly along to Rally. 4 mana for Paladin and Priest. Resurrect a friendly 1, 2, and 3 cost minion. So just off of reading this, you imagine there's got to be some kind of cheese you can do with this.
I think this is playable in Priest and in Paladin. I don't know if you're going to be running 2. This might be like a 1 of each of them. Hysteria, Priest, Warlock. 3 mana, spell. Choose a minion. It attacks random minions until it dies. This card is just insane. Like, absolutely busted. This is... It's just insane.
Quite like comprehend it the first time I read it, but the second time I read it, I was like kind of blown away.
So there's multiple applications. If your opponent has a big minion and some other small stuff, you just target the big minion. Even if you don't clear the big minion, you clear everything else. It's a more focused mass hysteria that is limited by how much health that minion you target has.
Moving rapidly along to 3 mana 3/4 Luckysoul Hoarder for Warlock and Demon Hunter. Battlecry, shuffle 2 Soul Fragments into your deck, and if he's corrupt, you draw a card. He seems what are we cutting 2 mana 2/3 Panthera for this guy in Soul DH?
Are we running this in Soul DH?
So you lose your guaranteed card draw, right? But you pick up so you're playing Panthera on 3 anyway, right?
I don't think you're placed. I think you already don't have that many early game minions, so I think taking that away is worse. Maybe something else gets cut from this. Honestly, this drawing cards is pretty good, especially if you skull into it. But maybe I'm thinking you might cut something else. 1 mana spell, Illidari Studies. Discover an outcast card. Your next one costs 1 less. Pretty good.
Skull on 5. We're back.
Yeah, this is pretty good. Obviously, hitting skull is insane, but its flexibility from this is really good. I don't know what you would cut this over, but the card's just solid. It's not busted. It's just good, like most of the studies. We don't see all of the studies being played, but some of them have uses.
Felsaber, 4 mana 5/6 demon, can only attack if your hero attack this turn.
Yeah, I don't know. It could technically fit in Big Demon Hunter. You're not super sad if this gets pulled out, and it's something you can do early. But again, that's not really competitively viable.
Yeah.
This card isn't great.
Yeah, I'd probably hard one.
Wire made a good point. You can also get Star Student Stelina from studies, and it's immediately outcasted.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I do like that. It puts the card right on the right.
No, of course. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool. Druid. Dreaming Drake, 3 mana 3/4 dragon, taunt, and if it's corrupt, it gains +2/+2.
Mm-hmm.
This is fine.
Yeah, I was going to say this seems pretty solid.
You might throw this in Highlander.
I definitely Highlander. I was going to say, do you ever foresee, like, now they're doing, like, a 2-of, like, Breath of Dreams deck? Ever? And just to play these as 2 more dragons with it?
Maybe.
I don't know what you're building with it, but...
These are definitely very acceptable dragons to play. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. You'd have to tinker around and see what the win condition that deck is. You could even throw it in... do you even want... I don't know if you want in Mali, but you could, really.
It would just be a way to, I guess, get more...
Yeah.
More consistently get your
In any case, it adds more stuff early game for whatever Druid deck you want, which is pretty good. And then late game, turning into a 3 mana 5/6 is fine. And it has taunt.
5 mana Arbor Up. Summon 2/2/2 treants, give your minions +2/+1.
It's 5 mana 2/4/3s, which actually isn't awful. It's just... as a standalone card, it's not particularly flashy. I think this card is acceptable. I don't think it's going to be played too often unless that token deck is good. I don't see this in Highlander Druid. It's just too slow and non-reactive. And I don't see it in, like, any non-token archetype Druid. Bola Shot. 2 mana spell. Deal 1 damage to a minion and 2 damage to its neighbors. So this is the reverse of Grievous Bite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Sure. Cool. Playable? This does not fit in aggro. Maybe if you could, even if it could go face, deal 1 damage, like, no, I don't think you can run this. The card is decent. It's just Hunter does not do board controlling stuff. Generally, if they fall behind on board, they've lost, and they don't want cards in their deck that help them come back because they don't want to be behind in the first place.
Saddlemaster, 3 mana 3/4. After you play a beast, add a random beast to your hand.
Random beast is pretty wide range, so I'm assuming you probably don't want it. I'm going to scroll up and see what the Hunter dual class cards were real quick. Yeah, not looking super exciting. It's 3 mana 3/4, which is good, and technically has some upside, but I don't know how much... Oh, Adorable Infestation. So it has to... It's play a beast, not summon. I guess you could do with Adorable Infestation. Glacier Racer is born mage cards now. 1 mana 1/3 minion. Spell Burst, deal 3 damage to all frozen enemies. Mage doesn't necessarily need aggro stuff to play, so it has to be better than a 1 mana 1/3 for it to see play in Mage, which means we have to be freezing through either Deep Freeze, Nova, Blizzard, a Ray of Frost stuff. The effect is powerful. The card stat line is good. It's just I don't know where this fits.
So you think we need a little more like free synergy for this to...
Yeah, but I don't think we should print more free synergy.
No, I don't think we should either, but it probably needs it to make it.
The Mana Biscuit's cool. I don't think it's...
About the other side of Biscuit.
Sure, just tempo.
Yeah. Right. You can preload 2 mana for like your pop-off turns. It gives you a spell for your mana giant to get discounted It also, if you just do it in the same turn with Girl, right? It's printing mana, right? You pay 1 mana for this, and you get +2.
Cool.
But yeah. Cool. Is that me next?
I think I'm Imprisoned Celestial. We're in Paladin cards now. 3 mana 4/5 minion. Dormant for 2 turns. Spell burst. Give your minions Divine Shield.
Wow.
So you play this on 3. You play something on 5 with a spell, and then they both get Divine Shield.
Oh, I missed this whole spell burst thing the first time I read.
Oh, you thought it wouldn't pop out of dormant. That'd be a lot harder to set up.
Yeah.
Sure. This is really annoying to deal with once it goes off, but it's a delay in tempo. You might run in like pure Libram Paladin.
Something like that, yeah. Where you really care more about you're playing like the 3 mana 4/2 Divine Shield, stuff like that. You're playing more just like on curve minions, I guess.
I don't think this fits in the Cellhead's Pride, like Loot Hoarder, Broom stuff. Maybe it does though, because then you can just go Broom plus Libram and then pop. Do you want to put this next card? How do you activate this? You have to corrupt a 7 mana card?
We understand it's a Libram, right?
Oh no, I did not understand that. Oh wow, that's insane. Holy crap.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be corrupted quite a bit. Libram of Judgment, though, as we were talking about, 7 mana, 5/3 weapon, and then when it's corrupt, you get Lifesteal. Remember that weapon Uther had, the Death Knight?
No, this is probably playable. Like you can curve Truth Seeker into this, right? The 5 mana 4/6.
Outer Truth Seeker, yeah, guaranteed.
You probably play this.
I'm thinking more of like it's your 30th card and you don't play 2
Yeah,
of this.
I think you run 1. 2 might be a bit too much.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, all right,
Lightsteed, 4 mana 3/6 elemental. Your healing effects also give affected minions +2 health. So this also includes opponents' minions, not just yours.
Yeah, I didn't really quite realize that when they showed it yesterday. Like if you circle, you are like hitting them too. But the idea being is you would just trade it all down and then circle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It seems really crazy though.
4 mana 3/6 stat line in general is decent. I don't think the elemental tag matters too much on it. Yeah, this might fit in a tempo, a more tempo heavy deck. I don't think it exists in the whatever control priest we see right now.
Dark Inquisitor Xanesh, 5 mana 3/5 battle cry. Reduce the cost of all corrupt cards in your hand and deck by 2. So pretty powerful effect, but it feels a little oddly placed in priest.
You could make a corrupt priest deck. It's just there's not enough cycle to actually. Is there enough cycle? There probably isn't enough cycle to consistently make that work. So it's gonna be, I don't know, a weird corrupt tempo deck, which probably isn't better than what we currently have. Very cool card though. Sure. All right, Rogue Shenanigans. 2 mana secret. When your opponent draws their second card in a turn, transform it into a banana. So that I assume that means that their initial draw counts as their first draw, and then any subsequent card would be the second card drawn.
Yes. Yep. Anytime they draw a card, it's not their original card for the turn. Basically, they are getting a banana.
It instinctively is not a great card. It's an okay card. Generally, you want tempo from Rogue, and this is not tempo. This is a value secret. Yeah. However, if you're running the card on the right, then it becomes a lot better to have an extra couple of secrets. Right. So the card's just meh. Sparkjoy is oh yeah, that's the next card. Yeah, Shenanigans is meta dependent. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, 3 mana 3/3 Sparkjoy Cheat. Battle cry. If you're holding a secret, cast it and draw a card.
Means the 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like if this isn't the best, this is either the best card in the set or the second best card. In the set.
I just don't understand how this is legal. I get you just nerfed Edwin, but
Edwin died for this. That's so sad. But yeah.
So 3 mana 3/3, draw a card and cast a secret from your hand. You need to have it in your hand, but if you're running 6 or 7 secrets, it's pretty likely you do have it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, with 4, I was thinking like, it's a little skimpy. Maybe we want to bump them up to like 5 or 6, but I think 6 is going to be the right number now from going forward because you really want this thing to proc.
This card's pretty good. So building up, you don't have a lot of 2 mana plays with Rogue. Normally you would play a secret on 2, but when you have double secret hands, this is pretty good, and you could still just dagger into this as well, and then you get the dagger tempo. Or if you have coin, you can do some other stuff as well. Whatever. There's applications.
Put it on like a reasonable body too. Like if you just have to play it on 3 in a tempo matchup with no secret in hand, like wow, I can't believe this isn't like a 2/3 or maybe even like a 2/2.
It's pretty good. Landslide, 2-mana spell. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. If you're overloaded, deal 1 damage again. There's some applications. There's reasons to run AoE, but I don't know if this AoE in particular is gonna do it. It comes down a lot earlier, which is good, but
yeah,
you generally don't face super wide board. Maybe a warrior after a skip return will have some stuff left over. This card is too good, I think, to not be playable, but I don't think it's going to be busted. You might run it in some archetypes. I'm just not sure what they are.
5 mana, 4/4 Mistrunner. Battlecry gives a minion +3, or friendly minion +3/+3 overload for 1. So Bone Mare, people were comparing this to.
I guess, yeah.
Does not give taunt, but it's pretty close to Bone Mare. I don't know, maybe a little too expensive.
I don't see where this is applicable, so I'm gonna.
I think I'd be wanting this for now, but
yeah.
I don't think the card's like inherently terrible. Like if there were like a gig like spam the board type of shaman that was still like something like able to put like enough minions on board like Odd Paladin used to, like that kind of thing. If you always had like a token around, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like being able to press your hero power for 2 mana and doing this on 7 is not an acceptable play. Like that's not good enough, right?
Agreed. It's good in arena though.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Moving on.
Yeah.
Warlock, 3 mana spell. Draw 3 cards, deal 3 damage to your hero.
What a shame this went into Warlock.
What do you mean? This card is insane.
I mean, it's a great card, but like, don't you think there's already enough card draw going on?
Apparently, they didn't think so.
That's what I mean. I didn't even think we needed more. Like, didn't we just get that like free admission 3 mana draw spell?
You could probably run. Holy shit! Whoa! Plot Twist Warlock.
I don't know why I was so tunnel vision on this having to be like an aggro card.
Yeah, it could be an aggro card as well. Once you run into gas, top deck this, and then dump the rest of your hand. It's much worse than aggro, but it's still playable probably.
Envoy Rustwix, everybody's favorite card of the set, I'm sure. 5 mana, 5/4 demon. Death Rattle, shuffle 3 random prize or prime legendaries into your deck. This can double up. You could get potentially 3 Solarians off this. Shuffle in your deck.
So, does this shuffle the second half of the prime or the first half?
The second half. The big
Holy shit, that's insane.
Yes. My first thought was like you're never including this in your deck, but I have heard people say like if there's a good Giga heavy like control Warlock.
Absolutely, you hard run this in Plot Twist Warlock.
Yeah, any kind of slow Warlock, you're probably just jamming this anyway because it's a lot of value.
I want to play this now.
Sure you do, yeah, but I'm not very happy this exists. I'm upset with this. This is gonna come off Bandis.
This is gonna
way more than anybody else.
This is gonna show up in a tournament, and then someone's gonna get upset.
This is gonna be your GM match to like qualify into the next year, and like your opponent goes Jandis, and they just get 2 of these. And
oh no, you can get this off Jandis.
That's my point. Oh, you didn't see that when I said it in Discord yesterday?
No, I didn't understand. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about Jandis. This is like a Warlock card.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Rapidly along to the Warrior class.
Spiked Wheel. I didn't see this actually in the reveals. 1 mana weapon, 0 attack to durability, has +3 attack while your hero has armor. Play this on 1, then you can armor and hit something. This actually isn't awful. The problem is generally, so this isn't going to be an aggro card, right? This is going to be more like defensive, at least in the initial stages of the game.
At least like a mid-rangey deck. You're not trying to smoke your opponent down. Yeah, this is like you're trying to board control.
So you can just play it on 1 and then armor. The problem is in most defensive decks, we're still running Corsair Cache. I don't know. There's some applications, but I'm not excited.
3 mana, 2/4 mech, Ironclad. Battlecry if your hero has armor, gain +2/+2. So he's coming out as what, 4/6? If you've got armor. That's pretty huge. But do we care about that?
This is Curve Warrior, and this is assuming you don't lose armor between turns 2 and 3. So right. Rogue, probably out of the question. If you're facing Demon Hunter, out of the question. So if you're Warrior against Priest, this card is insane. Almost every deck where they don't play minion early, I'm already kind of happy I'm in that situation anyways as Warrior.
Right.
Just scroll down a tiny bit so we can look at the next card as well, because that technically will be somewhat relevant for these cards. And maybe like some sort of Pirate Aggro Warrior exists, but I have my doubts.
Yeah. Also, the fact we're calling it Pyre Aggro Warrior, but playing a 1-drop that gives them life is a little wonky, but...
Hey, come down, okay? We used to run Zombie Chow in some aggro decks. Armor Vendor. 1 mana, 1/3. Battlecry, give 4 armor to each hero. 1 mana, 1/3, good. Give 4 armor to each hero, bad.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Cool card. We haven't seen that. I mean, we've seen some mirrored effects before, but not with the armor, I think.
Crab Rider. 2 mana, 1/4. Murloc, Rush, Wind Fury.
It's a lot of stats for a 2-drop with that many keywords, but it probably fits in the Murloc Pally deck. I don't think that's going to be relevant. Initial instinct is that it's meh. Very meh.
Rider.
Death Warden. I like this card. 3 mana, 2/5. Death Rattles can't trigger.
Mm-hmm.
The effect is really cool. I don't think we're in a meta where this is playable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it comes with a body, which is like the difference between this and like Owl, but there needs to be a massive amount of Death Rattle, like an amount that you are not happy just like throwing an Owl in your deck and silencing their Rattle War, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically Mindbreaker stats, but for Death Rattles.
Moonfang. 5 mana, 6/3 beast can only take 1 damage at a time.
This is a cool effect. You'll be able to play this. Maybe you run this in the tempo deck for Priest, where we're also running Lightsteed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I'm good one check.
I think the effect is too strong to not be playable. I just don't know where it's playable.
Right.
Runaway Blackwing, 9 mana, 9/9 dragon. At the end of your turn, deal 9 damage to a random enemy minion. It's kind of like a rag.
A rag that can attack.
That can attack, but the effect can't go face.
Yeah. I like the design on that a little bit, I guess. I mean, you can't just like chunk them down, you know, over a couple turns with like you could with rag, but it, you know.
Yeah, this helps you, Sarah. I don't think you ever naturally run this in your deck, even in Breath of Dreams stuff. It's just.
No, this will never go in your deck. But also, Priest will just get this off the book.
There's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm excited for this. There's some stuff I'm not happy about, but in general, I think that this is gonna shake up the meta at least a little bit, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, thank you guys for watching. That's the mini set review. That's coming out tomorrow or today, depending on when this video comes out. So enjoy it. It should be pretty fun. And stay tuned for videos on deck lists that I'm probably gonna try to come up with.